Yo, somebody, man. No, I'm like hearing. I'm like watching on my TV. For very it's very rare I do this. I watch on my TV. Normally, I will play music, or I'll sit and make some new chords, make a beat. Um, listen to some music. Play some of the riffs. Some of the old school like soul riffs. I do play them because it's all about that. It's all about getting my groove on. Hey, man. What's up, Riley? Hey, nice to see you, man. And I was just about to talk my shit. I'm like doing good, and I like to tell when there's progress, when the process is it's like um, it's like you're getting somewhere. Conservative calling, hello, Mister Sir. Nice to see you here, Colin. I hope you're good. You seem so. Yeah, wave the American flag, man. It's good because we need you guys around us these days. No, I'm shitting you. But there's literally a conflict going on in Europe. I'm not feeling it as much as people, our brothers in Ukraine, but actually, I can't share it right now. But there are literally Ukrainian flags hanging all around here, all around this place where I live. Um, Now I'm under what you call I just live in a house now. I don't know. I don't know who were you referring to, Colin. I don't think I got it. Was something I said. Sometimes I'm just like, what the fuck? No, it's all good. No, no, I'm like, you see, there's a lot of conflict going on, and I hear YouTube. Then it's like 10 times more drama than watching the news. The news are like they're bad because there's literally people being killed and shit. But the drama in the news, YouTube is getting there. Let me say that YouTube, the YouTube drama. I was okay, Colin. Now I got it. And I'm a slow motherfucker sometimes, especially when I'm tired. And reading the script I'm reading for my new work, reading my story, my own story. When you're reading about your own self all the time, it's like, oh, it's literally, it's kind of sickening to be honest with you. It is kind of. I have to turn the camera off so for a second. It's kind of sickening because that everybody hears what the fuck it's about and shit like that. It's just like it's a weird situation, but it's like it's good to learn your own story and to set like to set pinpoint it like where it went down. And I'm gonna be these. I don't know if you have them in. Of course you do because I think it's a thing from the United States. We are going to try. It's called Voices from the Street. And you see, my story is it's quite vivid. It's quite, so we had to take it a notch down because, my story is literally kind of hard because I'm what you call a benzodiazepine child. what you refer to. I don't know what what you referred what you were referring to in the United States back in the days when you had HDDH. What is it? A O D A O D O H AHDH. You know, um, and I had that, but today they have the right medicine. They didn't have that in the 70s. To be honest with you, I literally got what you would call Xanax today. Um, I didn't get a whole Xanax, of course. I was a very young body. So they gave me like a quarter of a pill or something like that. And I do not know how many milligrams they were on. Maybe two, I think. Um, but then I got, it's like everything else. You get used to it. So I was already hooked on medicine when I was a kid. So it's like I'm going to tell this story, and people are going to hear this. Even though you come from a family that's well off, that's like higher middle class, upper middle class, even, and it can happen to everybody. Back then, it happened to a lot of kids, and it makes sense now why I couldn't hold a normal job, why I couldn't hold my band together, because I was trying all kind of shit out, all kind of drugs, all kind of dumb shit. It's like you evolve to be a grown up and have wisdom. You don't have wisdom. Like I love when Knowledge is Key said. I give dues where the dues is to give. When I heard like Knowledge Key said, you can have a lot of knowledge when you're young, but you can't have wisdom. Wisdom come with age. And I never heard anything that was so true. You know, listening to and it's kind of weird that those is so secure in his um I have nothing against actually anymore. I do not think about those. He's not even on my radar anymore. But when I hear him say, I know you're in my comment section, I know you're in my chat, how the fuck does he know that? I do not understand that. You see, it's okay to say that, but if you literally don't have anybody to vouch for it, it's like I think it's kind of twisted. But maybe it's just me, because who am I to say anything? No, I can say a lot about these people because they said a lot about me, but I'm just like all this kumbaya they're doing right now. I do not know Wax Talk. I only heard he was solid and legit, and I think he is. But hearing those be so have this, and maybe that's a good thing. He's get his confidence back because you know it's all about these big YouTubers. It's all about them, and suddenly Charleston White is in his comment section under a false name, and I'll say maybe he is. I don't know, but to be so secure on it, that's like okay, that's crazy. But I remember I do believe if he literally knows that if he can read that it's him and shit like that, so maybe it and who is Charleston White anyway? What can he do? What is it they can do? Tommy Sotomayor is the only one who literally got talent. He can actually do a lot of voices. he can actually produce some shit. He can actually make music, and he did. And Tommy is living good, of what he's doing. It's like saying there is a few people, I must admit, that's living good off what I call what I call a good living. I will call it like even a guy like JB Gunner. I think he's got a good living of YouTube. I think Tommy Sotomayor is rich of YouTube. I think Hassan Campbell is rich of YouTube, and I think that YouTube has been good for a lot of people. But for some people, it's been a playground for like gangsters who never grew up. You see, what would you have thought about like Scarface if you were like standing on the street selling dope, like when he was like, what would you have done if you just got under that the guy Frank? The guy Frank who took him in New York, who gave him his first job. If you just stayed under him, like being a fucking bitch for him, no, he had to take the control, and it's like I don't. You see, I don't announce my when I go on a live because I don't need to. I don't need people. I know there's some people. The people who needs to see it will see it, and that's what's most important for me. It's not important that I see. It would be fun if I saw a lot of people. I'm not lying. Of course, that's the funniest shit about it. But when you don't, I have no concerns or expectations from anybody about this. Um, you see, I do not even announce it, and who am I to a Monday night? Come on here, talk about what I think is totally stupidity. When I hear all these people suddenly talk together, they've been like fighting and like calling each other names that personally I would never go with a person who's you see the reason why oh, I was talking Danish there almost. The reason why I don't like a certain person, like those, that's not because of his. It's okay. He's saying he's got swag and he's like it don't bother me. But what bothered me is what he said about my mom. That bothered me, you know. And you can't run from that. You. It's like there's something you can't say. There's the point of no return, and he crossed that many times. You see, the point of no return is just when you say something about family, about lovers, about kids, about parents and shit like that. You don't talk about that. That's like, why should you talk about that? They got nothing to do with what you're doing on YouTube. Not even your spouse. My wife did not. She didn't know anything of my wife, my ex-wife. She was not even my wife. We was engaged to be married. We actually never got hitched, but we lived like a couple, like for a long time. So actually, in the books in Denmark, we stand like a married couple. Like we get the same shit from each other. And but I've been like I'm always saying, I just go from the shit. She wanted the TV, she wanted everything, she got everything. It is what it is. I didn't want anything from her at all. Even though she said she wanted to give me money and all kind of stupid shit. It was so dumb. Why should she give me money, you know? I'm gonna give you the 32,000. I'm saying, what? Do you think you only use 32,000? I did not say that, but do she literally think that? What the fuck? You know, I didn't even buy a kilo of hash. That would have cost me like 30,000. But she's like, what the fuck? But it's okay. It's okay. You know, it's not the money. It's the principle. You know, I got my principles, and one of them is don't lie to me. Don't say you're something you're not. Um, I had a depression, and you were acting like I just was like lazy. I just wanted to go to sleep. You know, I laugh. That's my protection. That's my shield. I tried to explain that for a lot of years. That's my protection. Is my laugh. And you just, you know that you knew that shit, but I'm not mad at my ex. She just knew a lot of shit, but why should she still take it serious? You know, it's like, well, I'm over that now, and she's over that now. I hope she's living a good life with a good man, some good, having a good, because I miss my dog, and I hope he's having a fucking good time, and I hope the new guy is good, walking some good, tours with him. You know, I do not wish any harm over my ex's kids or anybody, because I loved them once, and I love them still. You can't just love somebody once and then don't love them anymore. That's unnatural. That's sick. That's like something you know, I would never talk shit about anybody if they didn't deserve it. I would not. If you show like pictures of a man who's lying down for 13 months after his mom and dad, they died within 6 weeks of cancer. They were being eaten up for a son to see that who's been homeless and shit, where they closed the door and they didn't want you in before you were clean. When you don't understand that as a human being, when you don't understand that and want to throw a man out because he's yelling at you, because you found some other shit you wanted to do, you didn't want to help me anymore. And you send pictures away. Can people really not read you? Is it really so hard to read you? You see, I read you the first fucking day. I knew. That's why I talked with you about I was the person who just let the shit be when I left the shit. I would never take anything with me. I said that. What did I take with me? Nothing. Nothing. Only my guitar shit and my clothes. And some shit you didn't use anyway. It's like I'm not mad. Well, why the fuck? Why? Why? The YouTube should be like the social. No, this platform should be used so you can talk about you see. It shouldn't be bad to say about your friends. I'm tired of that motherfucker because he should see it as okay, okay, he's tired of me. Why didn't he say it to me? Because I want everybody to hear it. That's why when I go to an NA meeting, but you have to have like groups to do shit like that. Because I was saying to a person I worked with, I said some shit on a live, and there were only 7 people watching it or something. He's taking it so fucking personally that he fired me and shit. Won't talk to me no more. And I was a big friend of the family, and it was not that bad what I did. Not at all. Vamos aí, mano. Oh. No, man, I was just taking it up. Like, I was going upstairs and I didn't want to wake anybody up. You know, being in my room, I've been working, I've been working my ass off, doing a script about my life, as I said. It's easier said than done. Um, It's not the last time I'm gonna do something like that. It's literally not. It was like it's like a dream come true, you know. Some of my shit. Sorry. I have my shit, trousers all down and shit. I don't care. You know, I'm an old motherfucker. I think this is it, you know. And I can't translate it. But you know, this is my introduction. I just wrote, you know, and you know, it's kind of long, you know, and that's just my fucking, you know, that's the end, you know. So it's like a story I gotta have on the backbone, you know. Reason why I'm showing it here is like so then I know when people are gonna like Tommy Dog or somebody like that, Jimmy, my friend, consider me mass, man. You gotta remember because in May I literally got I have a guide, tour guide, you know. And I think it's a start. It's a start on a new adventure, you know. Because who says that I can use this to build a bridge to do my own lectures, my own, um, you know, my own talk to like not a podcast because I'm not good at this YouTube shit. I'm not selling myself good, you know. I'm not a YouTuber in that sense. I'm not. I'm trying to say to people what I'm doing in real life. In real life, you know, we got something that's called the Watch from the Street. Hey, man, from days past, from when? Oh, it doesn't matter. You're right. Yeah, I actually do. I do play rock. Actually, look here, man. He actually is my little, you know, I worked on, that's my Fender, Taylor Cars, and that's my baby, you know. That's a TV show with me, Mindy, actually. Here's my workstation. That's my baby. That's my babies. You know, they're very important for me. I have a love relationship with them. You know, it is like it is what it is. You know, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm this. Oh, Kincaid, you've seen that shit? Yeah, 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 man. It is what it is. I had some good days. I literally did. I can't say I did not have that, but you know when people say they want to do a whole a segment about me, a show about me, or something, yeah, it was awesome, and it was a fucking funny day. The craziest thing was there was all these producers running around because it was a big television, it's a TV station. It's called DR1. That's Denmark's Radio One. So it's our main channel in Denmark. It's what everybody pays for, actually. So I was going in the tour bus, and people said to me, "Mass, we're going live." I said, "Yeah, it's in a studio." So, and they said, "But we're gonna play for 500,000 people." I was like, "What?" And you know, it's like you're going live for 500,000 fucking people. What the fuck? And it's like you're not. I didn't know because of course yeah there were because we got 10 stars in the big music magazine called a gaffer, and that means duct tape, actually. So actually, the magazine is called duct tape. And so you understand what it's called. The meaning is to all these roadies and all these musicians, all these people who start off like very young, and and you know, so we won. We got 10 stars for a mixtape we did. We got 10 stars out of five, and you know it was mind blowing. And the TV station called us instantly. And all the record companies called us instantly and said, "Do you want to do something with us?" And we were like, "Yeah, of course." And but then we signed the like what we called it. What did we call it? The oh shit, um, the deal from hell. That's where it all went wrong. It literally did. Sorry. Oh shit. It's the other way around now. There's no, I don't know how to save that. What the fuck? Like that, you know? No, so it was, but actually, we had some hits, and um, I cannot play them like they were, but actually, I do have some shit I do play sometimes, but I won't sit and play it here. But one day I would love to show if I can get through, because my thing is I want to get all my TV shit, because you know that was not the only, that was the first time we were like, no, it was not the first time, but it was the first time we were in a big television show. And so the thing is, we were going on because that was 93 and 94. So we were going on for the next 4 years, literally hard as fuck. We worked our asses off and we played everywhere. We played fucking, you know, if they fucking said we had to play in a fucking Walmart, we would do it. We played everywhere. We played with all kind of musicians. We played with stars from fucking France, from fucking Europe, from United States. We played with D-Funk. We played with Tower of Power, not with, but on the same stages. Tower of Power, you know, Faith No More, you know, all weird kind, all kind of people. You know, you can't even imagine some of the people. It was crazy. It literally was crazy. But it was in a very short period of time. So it was like mushed into a big funk, or what the fuck you call it. You make sauce of, you know. And it was cooked down. It was like, it was very good years. It was some good years. I must admit that. I won't, because they said that I should talk about it on my guide tour, and I'm going to talk about it, of course. But it's not the first thing I'm going to talk about. It's not. I'm just going to say that I was a promising musician. That's all. You know, no, I'm not going to say I was a promising, because, you know, I've actually did something out of it. Many people, they say I was very, they said I was good and shit. Where did you play? Where the fuck is your shit? It's always the people who shut the fuck up who's been there somewhere, you know. It's kind of fun. I'll go down, smoke a cigarette, then I'll stop this. I'll stop this now. Peace.